Hey, what's up guys? Q Salazar here. So when it comes to big budget AAA games from companies like EA and Activision and Sony and Microsoft, there's always some sort of kind of immediate hate that comes from a certain subgroup of gamers. You know, sometimes that can come from legitimate gripes they have with the companies like microtransactions, loot boxes, some pay-to-win models or something like that. But most of the time it's just, you know, kind of a hate for big corporations and greed. And so anytime one of the games from one of those big companies, especially games with a big marketing push where you see commercials all over the place, where you see ads on every website, there's always some backlash that hits those games when they get launched. That backlash sometimes falls on journalists if that game is good. So if I was to write a good review on a really big AAA budget game, there's always some comment saying, oh, is EA paying you for this good review? Oh, those Activision checks must be nice. You know, it never fails to happen. Someone always is out there trying to say something like that. So I can personally say that I have never been paid for a good review by a video game company. I've actually never been paid by a video game company for anything ever. And I can say the same thing for the writers that I've hired, that they've never been paid by a video game company for a good review. And I think I can confidently say that writers at Polygon, IGN, GameSpot, Kotaku, all the big gaming outlets, I think I can say that they have not been paid for good reviews either. Why? Well, the first is the FTC Act regarding endorsements and sponsorships. When you are paid for a review or paid for an endorsement of a product, you are required to disclose that you have been paid for this, review or this sponsorship or this endorsement of this product. If you don't disclose it and you're found out and, that you are paid for it, then you will get fined by the Federal Trade Commission for that. Now that's a problem that journalists don't want. That's a problem my company wouldn't want. And I'm sure it's a problem that none of the other gaming outlets want. So that's something that would not happen without disclosure. Second is credibility. A media outlet lives and dies by its credibility. If a journalist accepted, some money for a good review, how would you believe anything he says after that? I mean, if he accepted the money for a good review and didn't disclose it, how would you believe anything he said after that? Is this his true opinion or is he getting paid for it? So as a journalist, I wouldn't want those problems either. I want to be believed for everything that I've written. Third, any journalist or critic worth their salt hates, and I repeat, hates being told what to write. So if that's something that we wanted to do, if we wanted to be told what to write, then we would join an ad agency or a PR agency and, work from that angle. Not to diss what PR people and ad people do, but that's not what a journalist or critic does. Now I want you to keep in mind that there's a difference between journalists, critics, and a streamer on Twitch or an influencer on YouTube, because they have actually been paid to play games on their channels, and they all have talking points that is in agreement with whatever company they have a deal with, and they disclose it. They say, hey, this video is sponsored by so-and-so, or I'm being paid by so-and-so to play this game and share it with you guys, and here's the things that they want me to talk about. So I just want to make that distinction, that there's a difference between an influencer streamer versus a journalist critic. I'd say the closest thing journalists get is getting flown out to different cities and put up in nice hotels and given a bunch of good food to, play a company's video game. The company foots the bill for this trip, and, they just want feedback. And I know what you're thinking. You might, they, treating the journalists like royalty. You definitely got to say something nice for the game. I've never felt that way, and I've never done it. There's been times where the game has actually been good and it's been fun to play, so it's had a positive response from me. But that's not because they put me up in a hotel or anything like that. It's because the game's actually fun. It was actually good. To be honest, most of the time the developers and the companies, they just want the honest feedback before these games are released out to the public. They don't want to go through what people at CD Projekt Red are going through right now. They want their game to be bug free. They want it to be as clean as possible, and they expect that kind of help from journalists. So they just want honest feedback. So just to put that myth to bed, no, journalists are not paid by video game companies for good reviews. All right, just get it out of your head, quit commenting on that. And that's all for now. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Peace.